What's going on, Underworld crew? Today I'm going to be wrapping up all the information that was given to us during the 3 Into the Light live streams. This will be your one-stop shop for all the information shown, so you don't have to watch all 3 of my videos. But if you still want to, I'd appreciate it. The past couple of weeks has been a lot of work for me to do all by myself. I record, edit, and make all my thumbnails. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm not complaining, but I'd be really thankful if you could show this video some support by liking the video, subscribing to the channel, and commenting what are your thoughts on Into the Light. Alright, let's get into the first stream's information. The first stream focused solely on the new 3-player horde mode called Onslaught. It can take place on different maps, but in the gameplay they showed it took place on the Crucible map Midtown. The goal of Onslaught is to survive a certain amount of waves depending on the difficulty you choose, while also defending the ADU, aka the Advanced Defense Unit. If the ADU gets destroyed no matter what, the game will end no matter how far you are. Luckily, there are ways to heal the ADU by throwing batteries that drop by certain enemies. The playlist version of Onslaught will have 10 waves, while the challenge mode will have 50, and according to the devs, they should have matchmaking, but not the legend difficulty of challenge mode. If you don't have people to play with, but you still want to try the legend difficulty, Fireteam Finder will be available to use on this game mode. Legend difficulty will have restricted zones, so you'll have to be revived if you die, and will have the extinguish modifier active as well, so if your entire fire team dies, that's the game over. This will be a real test of your fire team's skill and coordination together as you push through the waves since they get harder as they go. The devs made it really clear that your builds will be tested here. Regular challenge mode will also have extinguish, but you'll have to get past wave 30 and onward. Every wave that ends in 6, so that's 6, 16, 26, you know what I'm trying to say, will spawn a portal that takes you aboard a pyramid ship. When you spawn inside the ship, a spark will spawn as well and the doors will open in front of you. Once these doors are open, one person on the fire team has to pick up the spark and run to the other side of the room and bank it in the rift, while your other 2 teammates should protect you from all your enemies in the room along with an immune boss by the rift. Once the spark carrier ignites the rift, the boss will die and you'll go back to the map.
You'll start at 180U, you'll defend it, you'll take the fight to the witness for a little bit, you'll come back, and then you'll build up defenses more and then go fight a boss.
Yeah, which is what we're seeing as well right now. Like, we're on board a pyramid ship now, right?
Yeah, this is one of my favorite phases where instead of defending the ADU, we take the fight to them. And as you see, we cultivate a spark of light, and it's time to run it down, destroy the witnesses, lieutenants, and, you know, do a fun backflip. Let's hope I can pull that off.
Do the backflip.
It's important. If you don't do the backflip, chat's gonna be very upset. I can already tell.
Very.
Here we go.
Look at that.
Here we go. Ooh. You make it look so easy.
Moving forward, every 10 waves there will be a boss wave, and these bosses have new ways of fighting them called augments. These augments are different ways to make the boss fight a bit easier. There were multiple examples, but I'll give you just 2. One augment spawned a spark hoarder wizard, and upon killing them, they would drop a spark, and then banking that spark dealt a chunk of damage to the boss's health bar. There was another augment that spawned 3 zones that you could capture, and upon capturing those 3 zones, they spawned some turrets. The devs during the stream said that they wanted to add this feature of augments because they kind of wanted to move away from immunity phases in this game mode. After defeating the boss, you'll get a chest of loot, and when you return from the map, the ADU will be in a different location. To make surviving these waves a bit more bearable, Shaxx has given us some of his wares to help hold the line. There will be 3 types of defensive around the map. There's a sweeper bot decoy, a turret, and some strip mines. All these defenses can be bought and upgraded up to 3 times with the game mode's new currency called Scrap. Scrap is collected by killing enemies and healing the ADU by throwing batteries at it. If the ADU is already at full health when you try to heal it, you'll also get some additional scrap. Decoys cost 1,000 scrap, while trip mines and turrets cost 2,000. You can gain scrap as a fire team, but it is split equally between your fire team, so everyone can spend a little bit and you don't have to worry about one person using all the scrap on upgrades that you don't think you need. Keep in mind though, these traps do get expensive as you leveled up. I remember seeing a trap that's saying that it needed 4,000 scrap to be leveled up again, so you're going to want to protect them, because if they do get destroyed, they're going to go back to level 1 if you rebuild them. The defenses you bought will always stay on the map until they're destroyed, so when the ADU moves, they will still be active around the map, and hopefully they'll still be there if the ADU rotates back. There are also augments that will randomly spawn throughout the wave, but these ones are additional objectives that might take you away from the ADU, so you'll have to coordinate with your team on what to decide to do. In the gameplay, one of the augments spawns 3 big captains called demolitionists that they had to kill to end the wave. There's also bonus objectives that can randomly spawn throughout the wave, which upon completing them spawns an ammo box and gives you full ammo, and completing these bonus objectives also seem to drop a new currency called Trophy of Bravery. Bonus objectives also do spawn throughout the waves randomly, and completing these bonus objectives will give you an ammo box that refills your ammo. Completing a bonus objective also seems to drop a new currency called Trophy of Bravery. For example, in the gameplay they got an objective basically to finish the current wave in a certain amount of time. After completing it, they got an ammo box that refilled their ammo fully. The types of enemies you'll be facing are the Fallen and the Hive races, along with some Tormentors depending on the wave. Some waves had all Ogres and Cursed Thralls, while others had only Explosive Shanks. Some waves will have Champions, while others won't. From the gameplay, it definitely seems like there's going to be a whole bunch of different variations. What I am wondering is, will the races we fight be different depending on the map? They did say that the Taken aren't going to be here because they're already occupied elsewhere. Hint, hint. The second stream mostly covered all the loot you'll be getting from Into the Light and Onslaught, along with the brand new social space. This new social space is called the Hall of Champions. In this new social space, you'll find shacks and Arcite, along with a bunch of chests and some hologram shacks, which we'll get into later. Let's talk about these chests in the middle of the room first. You can open these by reaching a certain rank with shacks and then spending a certain amount of trophies of bravery. Like I said before, you can get trophies of bravery just by playing Onslaught as well as completing bonus objectives, but they did make it fairly clear that you're going to be able to get trophies of bravery just by playing the game, so they don't seem too rare to come by. Opening these chests will give you a different piece of armor from the Parade armor set. If you've been to Xur's Treasure Hoard from the 30th anniversary, it's pretty similar to there, where you'll be able to buy each individual piece per character. Moving to the back of the room, Shaxx and Arcite are there. Shaxx is basically just another regular vendor that you're used to. He has a reward track that you can go through by ranking up, and at the end of the reward track, he has one of two parts to a key that you need to unlock the Super Black Shader. Yes, you heard me correctly. The Super Black Shader from D1 is back, and it's just in time for you Guardians who love that black on black look, since we just got the black on black gun skins with Festival of the Lost. And I'm looking at you, hunters. If you have this black on black shader, you're not winning any fashion contest. We get it. You like black. You like being edgy. To the left of Shaxx, you have two chests. The orange one allows you to spend trophies of bravery to get a random weapon roll, while the other chest is the return of the gift from the Thunder Gods. This chest, if similar to the original one, gives you a full set of 1800 armor, along with the Thunderlord exotic machine gun, an exotic armor piece that fits your class and is supposed to be used on Ark. Now, this is great, and I'm excited that they finally decided to bring this back just so people who haven't played Destiny in ages can finally jump back into this free event and get right into the action. Moving back over to Shaxx's right, we have Arcite, and he has some cool things too, like weapon quests. These quests will ask you to complete a certain amount of objectives, and you'll get a free limited edition version of a curated roll of the weapon that you chose, along with the ability for the drop in the loot pool. The limited edition versions of these weapons will only be dropping from the start of Into the Light on April 9th until June 3rd, so get them while you can. These limited edition weapons will 100% be the chase of the event, and I say that because it allows you to get the God roll. And you might be wondering, why am I saying God roll? Well, I'm saying that because these weapons drop with double perks in the third and fourth column. On top of the fact that when the final shape launches, they'll also be able to retroactively be enhanced. So that means you'll be able to have 4 enhanced perks on one weapon. Now, if you still don't understand what I mean by that, I'll give you an example. One of the weapons that can drop during this event is Edge Transit. Yes, it's back from the meme. But they gave it some amazing perks. And the reason I'm saying that it's the God roll that you want is in the first column, you can get Envious Assassin and Cascade Point on the same gun. And then the third column, you can get Bait and Switch. Imagine loading up the gun with like 24 plus grenades and then swapping to Cascade Point before DPS to get 24 rapid fire bait and switch rockets. That's what I mean about the bait and switch God roll. These limited edition versions of these weapons do come with a specific memento that you can only get on these weapons, but you cannot take them off those weapons and put them on different weapons. The Brave Arsenal are some of the most iconic weapons throughout Destiny's history. The weapons coming in the Brave Arsenal are Mountaintop, Hung Jury, Blast Furnace, Midnight Coup, Succession, The Recluse, Luna's Howl, and Elsie's Rifle, aka the Strangest Rifle from Destiny 1. All the weapons in the Brave Arsenal come with a brand new origin trait called Indomitability. It states that final blows with a light subclass equipped grant grenade energy, while final blows with a dark subclass equipped grant melee energy. If you would like to know what weapons can roll with what perks on them, they have already released a blog post on it, and I've already covered it on my channel, so feel free to watch it after this one. To make RNG a lot less fickle, the devs have added a new feature called attuning. To attune to a weapon, you go up to that weapon's specific Shaxx hologram and interact with it. It's that easy, and it's completely free and you can do it at any time. Attuning to a weapon will increase the drop chance of that weapon from all chests in Onslaught, and I think the orange chest next to Shaxx as well, but I'm not sure. The last stream covers the 2 returning exotic missions, the Whisper and 0 Hour. With the return of these 2 iconic missions also brings back the associated exotics with each mission as craftable weapons. The timer you remember on these missions are still there. The regular version is 40 minutes now though, but the legend version is still 20 minutes. So you have 20 minutes to complete the mission or you'll fail. The devs did say that some of these changes to the mission are major enough that creators will have to remake their guides. Chests will no longer be in the same spot and enemies will be stronger than we remember. They did say that you will be able to get access to these missions from Eris for the Whisper and Ada 1 for 0 Hour, which is fairly funny because I definitely thought they was going to make us go back to these public events for this, but I'm glad they didn't. The craftable versions of these returning exotics will be similar to what we're used to when it comes to craftable exotics. Doing the legend version of this quest will give you the catalyst, but they did say that if you have already completed the catalyst for these weapons, you won't have to go back and do it again. So if you already have Whisper's catalyst and Outbreak's catalyst, I recommend that you finish them before this event starts, because if you don't, you're gonna have to go do it again. The traits that can go in the third column of Whisper of the Worm is Mulligan, Field Prep, No Distractions, and Enlightened Action. I'm probably going to test out Field Prep because you can't go wrong with more bullets, even though Whisper of the Worm is getting a reserves buff from 18 to 24. If that's not something you're interested in, No Distractions could be really good since it should activate around the same time Whisper Breathing does, so it should be even easier to hit those crits. Outbreak Perfected's third column perk options are Outlaw, Rapid Hit, Rewind Rounds, and Headseeker. Headseeker is 100% going to be the go-to perk for PvP, especially since lightweight frames are getting above with this update. For PvE, you can't go wrong with either Rapid Hit or Rewind Rounds. To unlock these traits, you'll have to do a quest that takes place over 3 weeks for each weapon. The ships associated with each of these missions will still be available to earn, but they will be reprised, so the OG owners can still flex that they were there when it started. The original ship for 0 Hour did not get taken well by the community, so they are giving it a heavier coat of paint and will be themed around Outbreak Perfected. The Whisper mission will be launching with Into the Light on April 9th, while the 0 Hour mission will be coming sometime in May. A brand new game mode called Pantheon is also coming with Into the Light. This will be a raid boss gauntlet where we fight different bosses throughout Destiny's history back to back. The rewards for this activity being exotics, adept weapons, and raid emblems. This will also be coming April 30th. That's all the information they gave us though. 3 new PvP maps are coming that are focused on 3v3 competitive, but they did say they should still be fine for 66. These 3 maps are called Eventide Labs on Europa. It's an old human research outpost that is now being used by Aramis as a refueling station for her catch. Sirius Plaza is our second map, taking place on Neomuna in her entertainment/shopping center. With bright pastel colors, this map is very close quarters. Last but not least, the last PvP map is called Destinates, and it takes place on a pyramid ship. When I first saw this, it took my breath away. Literally, the skybox is 100% going to get some people killed because it's just so pretty to look at, with the traveler in the background, with the skybox looking nice and the stars everywhere. It's just so pretty. You designers did an amazing job. Dissonance has some good long sight lines, along with some areas having the option to use close quarter weapons, and I can definitely see that Heat Rising Warlocks will have some good opportunities here, to say the least. Closing off PvP, they did say that there will be a playlist available that has only these 3 maps in rotation, so if you only want to play those, you can when they launch in May. Into the Light will also have a title available to be earned, with the name being Brave. With the Into the Light update, they have added the ability to skip the New Light tutorial campaigns. You can join your friends as soon as you start. This option will remain in the Cosmodrome until you leave for the tower. So if you decide to do at least a little bit of the tutorial so you can just get your bearings and then go to the tower when you're ready, it'll be there. New Light Guardians will be able to visit Ikora when they get to the tower and collect 1 of 3 New Light kits. This will set you up with a new subclass, campaign ready gear, subclass abilities, and an exotic armor quest. Now, I've been saving the best for last. There will also be another Final Shape developer gameplay preview on the day Into the Light launches at 9:30 AM PST or 12:30 EST. Watching this stream on Bungie's official Twitch channel for at least 15 minutes will unlock a new emblem called Tigris Fadi. Also, if you have not met the requirements for the first 2 emblems that were available for the first 3 streams, you'll be able to progress them here as well. And that's everything coming with the Into the Light update starting April 9th. Let me know what you guys are looking forward to the most with this update. Is it the returning weapons, Onslaught, Pantheon, or maybe even the new PvP maps? Put it all down in the comments below. Thank you guys so much for watching the video to the end. Have a good one, and remember, stay spooky. Peace.